Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Studios here, and welcome back to another trailer review. And today I'm gonna be doing a trailer review for the highly anticipated upcoming film from one of the most beloved directors in history, Christopher Nolan, and his new film Oppenheimer. So I know for the past few trailer reviews I've done, I've talked about multiple trailers, like more than one trailer in those in those trailer reviews. Sometimes I would like talk about like a lot of them. Like in my CinemaCon trailer reviews, I reviewed seven trailers. But this time around, I'm only gonna be talking about one trailer. I haven't done this in a while, but yeah, this time it's just gonna be one trailer. But I'm sure May will be a stacked month for trailers, as I predict that we're gonna be getting the new trailer for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part One later on. But yeah, for now let's focus on Oppenheimer first. One thing that's really surprising this channel is that not only did I not get to talk about the first trailer for Oppenheimer, but I have never talked about Christopher Nolan before on my channel. Yeah, I have mentioned his movies in my favorite movies from every year as a live video, but that's pretty much it. Christopher Nolan is a director that I am passionate about. He is among my top three favorite directors of all time. Like top three. I would say Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee are would be my favorite directors. No, mostly Chris Buck. I don't know if I should consider Jennifer Lee a director since she's more of she's more of a producer than a director. But among the bigger name directors, I would say I prefer James Cameron over Christopher Nolan. I know hot take, but I mean just maybe because of Avatar: and Way of Water and some of his other masterpieces, yeah. But yeah, Christopher Nolan is someone I've always admired, as Christopher Nolan is a person who could do no wrong. I mean, the only movies that I wouldn't say are perfect 10 out of 10 are Following and um, Insomnia. Yeah, those are the two that I wouldn't rate them a 10 out of 10. But every single Christopher Nolan movie I watched are all 10 out of 10s. Like, Christopher Nolan literally can do no wrong. Like, every single one of his films are just flawless. Like, even some of his weaker films, like, Memento, I think it's one of the weaker Nolan films, but I still think it's a flawless masterpiece. And yeah, every time he makes a new movie, people would just be in a rush to watch them because of how good he is. I mean, he directed the most beloved superhero movie of all time, Dark Knight. Although I wouldn't go as far as calling it the best superhero ever made. I mean, The Dark Knight is still a perfect movie. And also he did my favorite he did my Inception, which, well, if you've been following the Letterboxd, I initially thought that Interstellar was my favorite Christopher Nolan film, but actually, yeah, Inception is my favorite Christopher Nolan film. Favorite Christopher Nolan film. But both Inception and Interstellar are my two favorites. They will go back and forth, yeah. And also, I think The Dark Knight Rises is underrated. I think that movie is just as perfect as your average, as your typical Nolan movie, and I don't know why people hate it, but yeah. And even like and even his previous film Tenet, I think Tenet is underrated as well. I love Tenet. Yes, it's not one of Nolan's best movies, but I still love Tenet. I think that movie really blew me away and really met with lived up to my expectations as the first Nolan movie I saw. Oh wait, no, that Dunkirk is the first Nolan movie, but this one's second. And yeah, ever since the pandemic hit and the quarantine, I'm sure a lot of movie fans would pretty much just have movies grow in them. And to me, yeah, I've become a Nolan fanboy. Like, I've rewatched Inception and Interstellar like tons of times during quarantine. That's all for my love for Christopher Nolan. Oh, I should add as well, he made my favorite war movie of all time, Dunkirk. Yeah, Dunkirk is my favorite war movie. And again, he's doing another war movie with Oppenheimer, another World War II movie. Although it's not really about the war, because I don't think I consider it a war movie. I'd say it's more of a biopic. About a person. So maybe we could see some war action in it, a little bit of it, but This is more gonna be about a slow burn about the bomb. Now yes, I will admit though, I do think Nolan could have tackled. I wish Nolan could have done something else, like he could have done a new kind of genre like horror or western, like or, he could try something new, or he could probably do another action movie like another espionage or something like that. But I mean, but anything Nolan would do, I like what I said. He no Christopher Nolan can do no wrong, and I'm sure Oppenheimer. It looks like another win for Nolan, and this is gonna be the first movie in a long time where Nolan moved to another studio, no longer Warner Bros. So this is gonna be the first film from Universal, and personally to me, I prefer Universal over Warner Bros. So I'm sure Christopher Nolan would definitely get a better treatment. I would love it if Christopher Nolan would be under Paramount, would make a movie from Paramount, because Paramount is my favorite non-Disney studios. I will be down to see him, Christopher Nolan, make a movie from Paramount. But oh well. Universal is good enough to me. But yeah. Now I did not get to talk about the teaser trailer. I did not do a teaser trailer of it. The reason why is that I was on vacation, and I didn't really have a mindset of doing normal trailer reviews back then. I was on vacation, and I and I of course, well, I can't like record my trailer reaction on my laptop, or even with my parents' interference, because well, with the laptop, I usually if I film my laptop, I would have how to say so, if I recorded my laptop, I would well have this reflection. But although someday I actually might think about going back to my old style of trailer styles, when I reacted to a trailer, I downloaded the entire trailer, and then I would have my voice reacting to it like in the background. I did it with Cobra Kai season 6, and then and then Wednesday happened, and it made me realize, okay, this style's not gonna work, because Wednesday, when I did my trailer style for my trailer reaction for Wednesday, the teaser, it got blocked, and I was like thinking, okay, maybe this is a bad idea. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do it like this. But maybe I should bring it back. But for now, people, I'm just gonna make this a trailer review. Like where I talk about trailer. I'll see if that style will work. But anyway, yeah. Back to my review of Oppenheimer. I mean, this looks like a Best Picture contender. Maybe that's why Nolan wants to make it a little bit of a more art house slow burn movie, because he wants this to be more recognized at the Oscars. I think this looks like a movie that could get nominated for Best Picture, which I haven't really seen that in a Nolan film. Well, since Dunkirk, which yeah, I wish Dunkirk should have won instead of that overrated Shape of Water. Yeah, sorry, but I think Shape of Water is the weakest Del Toro film. That movie is overrated. Sorry, but yeah. And also I heard that this is gonna be the longest Christopher Nolan movie, even the dethroning even dethroning Interstellar. Like it's gonna be like around 3 hours, and I'm definitely down for a 3 hour movie. And also I predict it'll be around. I'm predicting runtime will be around the 2 hour 50 minutes something, maybe 2 hours and 59 minutes like that. I predict that, but even if it's gonna be a long 3 hour movie and it's gonna be a slow burn movie, I think that this is gonna be a movie that wouldn't bore me, because this movie is gonna be ambitious. Like this movie is definitely gonna have that Nolan ambition to it. Like it's gonna be really ambitious. And also this movie has such a large cast. Yeah, I mean if there's anything that makes me as hyped for this as the fact that Nolan is directing this, it's the cast. I mean, Cillian Murphy, he's like pretty much Nolan's number one actor. Like you've always seen Cillian Murphy play a supporting character in his movies in the past, but we finally have Cillian Murphy take the spotlight as he becomes the lead role in this. But there are actually other actors who I think could even but I think if there's anything that it is better than Cillian Murphy being the lead, it's the supporting cast. You got actors like Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Kenneth Branagh, Gary Oldman, Jack Quaid, who was in The Boys in Scream, Alden Ehrenreich. I think he's gonna be the weakest link in this film. I'm not a fan of Alden Ehrenreich. I, I, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but not a fan of him. I think he's well. I think he might have had a good project somewhere, but I could not stand him as Han Solo in Solo Star Story. I could not stand his performance. So he's probably the one. He's probably the actor I'm excited for the least in this one. But I'm sure he'll be good. I think this will be his best performance. Hopefully. We also got Rami Malek. The guy. I don't know pronounce his name, but one of the guys from Ant-Man is gonna be in this. Dane DeHaan, who was Harry Osborn in Tarzan 2. Hated Harry Osborn, but I'm sure Dane DeHaan can do better than that. Casey Affleck, Alex Wolff, and yeah, and Matthew Modine, who was a Stranger Things actor who played the main human villain in Stranger Things. Can't wait to see him in this. Jason Clark, Devin Bostic, who was Roderick in the Wimpy Kid films. Like, there is so much like big name stars in this. Like, one of the biggest cast in film history. But the cast member that I am excited to see the most is Florence Pugh, one of the greatest actresses of all time. Period. Yeah, she's someone who I'm passionate about. What I'm passionate about, I love Florence Pugh so much. Like, especially when ever since that she was a Yelena Black Widow, I saw Yelena. I was immediately hooked by Florence Pugh. She's one of the best actresses, and every single performance she did, she has not let me down one bit. Yeah, I'm excited to see her in this. And what's even better is that Florence Pugh is not only going to be in a Nolan movie, but a Denis Villeneuve movie as well with Dune Part 2. Yes, I stand by what I said in my Dune Part 2, saying that I think Florence Pugh will be better in Dune Part 2 than this one. Yes, I do think Florence Pugh Florence Pugh is going to be better in Dune Part 2. From the looks of it, I think Florence Pugh will have a more major role in Dune Part 2 than in Oppenheimer. I'm a little, but no, never mind that. I was gonna say I'm worried about something, but who cares? I mean, how can you get worried about the Christopher Nolan movie? It's Nolan for crying out loud. But if there's anything I'm actually kind of worried about for this film, it's the box office. This movie comes out the same day as Barbie, like Barbie Greta Gerwig's Barbie. And that movie's actually getting a lot of hype. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm hyped for Barbie myself. It's in my top 10 most anticipated movies of the summer. Like Barbie's cast ensemble is just as stacked as this one. I know I didn't get I never got to talk about the Barbie trailers, but I will talk about the next trailer for Barbie that comes out. I predict maybe by the end, either by the end of May or start of June. But yeah, I'll talk about that trailer. But I guess looks like both Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling people are more into seeing them on screen than seeing anyone from Oppenheimer. Now yeah there are people like me who are on Oppenheimer's side, but I've heard more people talk about Barbie. Like Barbie is more talked about, and even like it's getting memed with a poster, even though it's one of my favorite memes currently. I am gonna see both Oppenheimer and Barbie theaters. They both look really good. And I know that the physical media and VR media are not excited for Barbie. Yeah, I guess they just don't understand the Greta Gerwig and the how and the kind of movie it is. They probably just wanted it animated. But whatever. That's I'll talk more about that when I review the Barbie official trailer. Whatever the next trailer will be. But yeah, what I'm hoping for is that the people, the Barbie fans, the ones who are gonna probably see Barbie over this, will still watch Oppenheimer because we cannot let Oppenheimer flop. Barbie should not flop as well because I think Barbie just looks really good. Even though I still think that I don't think it'll be the director's best. Greta Gerwig, that will still go to Little Women, but I don't think that this movie will be the director's best anymore. No, I don't think this will even be the director's best. I still think Inception will be the best one. But I would say this does look like a step up from Nolan's previous film Tenet, despite that film being underrated. Let's just hope that this movie will be a box office success. I am very sure Oppenheimer will be the better movie than Barbie. You can prefer Barbie over Oppenheimer. You can be in Barbie's side, but just don't overlook this movie. Come on, it's Christopher Nolan. How can you not? How can you overlook a Christopher Nolan movie? I'm glad I have a lot to say about this trailer, and this is definitely worth a solo review. This is my second most anticipated movie for the summer of this year, secondly behind, well, obviously Across the Spider-Verse, and this is easily in my top 5 most anticipated movies for the rest of the year. Granted, I am still more hyped for Dune Part 2 than this, but this one looks like another win from Christopher Nolan. I hope that this movie gets nominated for Best Picture, and I can't wait to see this in July in IMAX. Now, yes, I am planning to review all the Christopher Nolan movies leading up to this one. But well, hopefully vacation won't be able to get in the way of me like trying to review all Nolan films leading up to this one. If I don't get to review the Nolan films leading up to this one, I can like probably just review them after I see this one. When I have the time to do it, I don't care. A Nolan ranking will definitely happen after this one. But yeah, I'm seeing this one in IMAX. Yeah, definitely an IMAX worthy movie. So yeah. That's gonna be all for my trailer review for Oppenheimer. What is your opinion on this trailer? What is your opinion on this trailer? And are you hyped for this one? And are you a Christopher Nolan fan like me? And also, yeah. But yeah, I was gonna ask if you are on. Never mind. Yeah. So yeah, comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for another MC related ranking video. So yeah, bye guys.